Let's try this again. Hadn't pushed record. Take 3. Hey, I've forgotten how I start these. Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively with FLOSSTUBE number 104 on the 12th of December 2021. Thanks for coming along. I was probably about 5 minutes in and realised that the little counter thingy wasn't counting. Never mind. What did we miss? We missed the weather report. So yeah, it's raining again. Rain forecast every day for the next week or so. So yay. Yeah, there's been a little bit of flooding. Not where I live, because I live quite high up, but in a subdivision that was developed to have flood protection, because we are by the Hutt River and it can flood. But people who parked in a car park, the River Road car park, might have given it away, who park and ride for the train. A few people didn't heed the weather warnings, and let's just say I don't know that their cars were going to be able to be, yeah, I was going to say restored, but salvaged is what I meant, when the water was up above the windows in the cars. So yeah, it's this La Nina weather that we're having, which means hot and wet summer. And so it has been thus far. The humidity is ridiculous. It's worse than Queensland, which is tropical. So my sister and I have humidity competitions, and she's like, well, it's 67% humidity here, and yeah, it's 78% humidity here. But anyway, I don't like humidity. It's good for the skin, but not for my sanity. So anyway, what else has been happening this week? So had my friend from work, Lauren, staying with me Monday night through Thursday, and then she drives to her family home the weekends. She'll be here again this week coming. We watched 4 movies last week. We went to 2 movies, and we watched 2 movies here, because I guess when you're watching TV series and streaming stuff these days, no one watches anything at the same time, so you may like similar things, but you're at different episodes, or you watch them in a different order. So we stuck to a couple of movies. What do we see? So at home we watched Single All the Way. It's a Christmas movie on Netflix. It was fine. It was very hallmarky. I guess my main criticism of it, other than it's a cheesy Christmas movie, which I knew that going in, we sort of have a tradition of watching a cheesy Christmas movie together. There just was no conflict. There was no... You know, in storytelling, you need something to happen. Nothing happened. They were all just perfect. Like, there was no bad guy. There was no real crisis. Except the 2 main characters are like, oh, but we're friends, and while we know we love each other, we don't want to risk our friendship. That was it. So, it was just like a bit too nice. Even like the 3rd guy, you know, the potential love interest of the main character, I guess, was like, you know what, you're a nice guy, but I think you 2 should be together. You've got, you know, you have a look in your eye when you talk about him. I wish you well. It was just really, that was all too freaking nice, really. But so, you know, if you want a movie that has absolutely no conflict or drama, go for it. We also watched The Power of the Dog with Benedict Cumberbatch, Mr. Penguin himself, and whew, that was gritty. And I mean, it's a Jane Campion movie, so if you know Jane Campion, it was very Jane Campion. It was sort of dark. We're just waiting for Holly Hunter to start playing the piano off in the background, because it was filmed in New Zealand, although it was set in Montana. But it was, yeah, filmed in New Zealand, and it was very dusty and dark and bleak and intense and really good. It was interesting. It was an interesting character for Benedict to play, because I don't know, he's a good actor, right? He plays a whole lot of different characters. So, and then we went to 2 movies. We went to see Falling for Figaro, which was fine. It was sweet. The main 2 leads weren't so convincing, probably because they're miming to, you know, actual opera singers, and that's hard to get that to be convincing. So they were fine, it just was that, you know, that was tricky. And but the rest of the characters, I guess half of Outlander were set in a little Scottish village in the Highlands, and they were hilarious. So they were just fun. The rest of the characters, the supporting actors were fun, and Joanna Lumley was great because she's just, she can do no wrong. She's fantastic. And cream of the crop was on Thursday. We went to see Wes Anderson's The French Dispatch, which I love Wes Anderson. It was very Wes Anderson. It was fantastic. It had, you know, a good handful of his of the actors you expect to see in a Wes Anderson film. So Bill Murray, Tilda Swinton, Angelica Houston, dude with the nose, the other dude with the nose, Adrian Brody, dude with the nose, the American dude with the nose. I've forgotten his name. I'm terrible with names. Just, it was great. It was very Wes. It was funny, quirky, entertaining. It was really good. So if you're not, you know, you may, yeah, anyway, you know, Grand Budapest Hotel, Darjeeling Limited, Royal Tenenbaums, Moonrise Kingdom, Bruce Willis is in Moonrise Kingdom, etc., etc. So anyway, recommend that. It was great. I want to watch it again because the narration's so fast and there's so many little cues up on screen that you miss. It'll be even better for watching it a second time, I think. Anyway, that's the movie reviews over. Basically, I don't have a lot of stitching to show you, which is kind of crazy. Anyway, oh yeah, by the way, this is a stitching video. Oh, it's just that I've filmed this. I've started this 3 times now because I cocked up recording. Anyway, what else I've been doing? Listening to Tori's CD, Ocean, Sue's 16th studio album. It's just enjoyable, and got my Diana Gabaldon tome, book 9 of the Outlander series. I'm probably like an 11th, nope, yep, I don't know. I'm up to page 90 and there's 888 pages, so I'm just over a 10th of the way through. And it's, you know, it's so heavy to read in bed, but anyway, I don't do Kindle, so I'm a book person. Yay! We waited 7 years for this, people. What does that mean for my stitching? Well, I mean, a few days I didn't get much stitching done, but then I took Friday off work and I got a little bit of stitching done, but I napped quite a bit. And I don't know, I just managed to get stitching done even when I don't stitch that much. So, what do I have to show you? I bought a couple of charts. This was Mama Loves You GB, Michelle, she charted this, and was it a reproduction? I think she actually designed it. Yeah, I think it was a design, but in memorial to a family member. I think it's really sweet, and it's nice to have a horizontal sampler, not hugely massive, but 189 by 88. So that's gone in the must kit it up eventually stash. So Nessie Mitchell 1929 by Mama Loves You GB. And then this morning I saw over the interwebs this pop up and I just had to buy it. It's beautiful. Park Hopper Bart in the bleak midwinter. It's just stunning. It's on, he stitched it on 32 count something, 32 count Zweigart Stormy Night, and using 3 Leo Roxy flosses in Grunge, Navy and Storm Cloud. Well, DMCs are 3799, 311 and 3865. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And the in the bleak midwinter is what it says down there in white, which is from a Christmas Carol poem from 1872 that was later set to music, which I'm going to have to look it up. I've never heard of it. It's just beautiful. It's sort of simple but stunning. So I went over to, so Park Hopper Bart sells his charts on Gumtree, and it's sort of not fixed price, but you know, offer a decent amount if you go and buy it, because you know, it's a beautiful chart. Okay, what a stitch. Well, I kept going and I got a finish on Life After Death from Long Dog Samplers, which I stitched on 36 count antique white linen from Zweigart using mainly Silks for You PR132, and then I used some DMC 807 and a little bit of Kreinik BF006. The Kreinik is in the crowns and the key, stitched with the DMC. I started this on the 1st of August 2021 and I finished it on the 10th of December at about 11:40 something, I think it was. I took a picture and sent it to friends and probably woke them up. Anyway, I didn't have that much to stitch, but man, did I do a lot of frogging. So here it is in its glory, and I love it. Doesn't quite fit on the cardboard. It's just amazing, even if I say so myself. I mean, it's not my design. So when you saw it last, I still had to do this little flower here, this couple of hearts, this big bunch of carnations, this big bunch of carnations with the ant, and this, which I realise is like a night sky and sort of trees and a moon coming through clouds, which I didn't get that on the chart, but once I stitched it. But it's sort of a bit freeformy, but whew, did I have to frog? Ironically, that's where the frogs are. I cocked this up so many times, I probably had to undo. I've not frogged so much on this chart, this piece, as I did doing that bloody moon and the thing. I was just like, I want to finish, and I was getting tired, and I was just like, get it done. So that's what I got done this week, and I got it finished, and it is now my favourite. I love it so much, and I will get this framed next year, because some things have to get framed straight away. Some things can wait in the cupboard for 25, 30 years. So that was my main project I worked on this week. And I got, then I decided last night, I think, let's just get caught up with this. So my Peppermint Purple Blackwork 2021 SAL, which I'm pretty much, you know, gonna get finished on the Thursday before New Year. Stitching this on 18 count antique white, I think, and I had 4 little boxes to catch up, these 4 down here, so we've just got 3 rectangles to go for the next 3 weeks. So it's as charted. This is one of the frames. On the chart it has another couple of lines around it, which I decided would make it too heavy, so I'm leaving it like that, and I've already dated it. Same way I dated the 2020 SAL, and I'm not going to do the 2022 SAL at this stage, but I'll probably save the patterns anyway. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. So 3 more weeks and it will be done, and I'm very pleased to be keeping that one up to date. And then I was like, you know, I'm down to so few whips right now. I thought, what else could I finish before the end of the year? So I grabbed the spot sampler that I'm stitching from Cross Stitcher magazine, July 2020, and I got off Redley, which is on just 32 count Belfast linen, using most of the called for DMC, which I started this on 25th of October. This is what it looks like. Just really bright, and I'm just having to work around a few counting errors, which kind of keeps it fresh. That's where I'm at. So since you last saw this, I have stitched these little flowers here, and then from here up. So I've just started stitching this big flower here. There's a little border just above it, and that's the top, and then this goes up a little bit further too, but I just, you know, stopped where I ran out of that green and thought, well, why count when I could stitch the flower? And then I have a reference point. So these are all sort of not quite as in the right places charted. Some minor changes made to these to make them symmetrical, where they're either charting issues or not. But anyway, I'm very happy with it. I mean, the tail is quite different. I've adapted. There's lots of little changes just to make the design, like where for me something should be symmetrical and it wasn't symmetrical, but nothing substantive that, I don't know, it wouldn't matter, you wouldn't even know, it's just me. So, probably what am I now? 2/3 done. So yeah, I just picked that up again. I picked it up this morning, I think. Did I do some last night? No, I did some last night, and then so it didn't take me very long to do those 4 little squares on the Blackwork sampler. So that's my stitching. That's pretty much it. Nothing else has come in. There's just those 2 PDFs because mail seems to not want to be delivered to my house. That's pretty much it. I don't have much else to say. 7 more days of work for me. Yay. I mean, boo that I've got 7 more days, but yay, it's only 7 more days. And lots of Christmassy sorts of things next week. Work Christmas functiony things, and book club Christmas functiony thing. Not going to any movies next week. I need to get lots of sleep next week. I need not to start till midnight next week. And just basically get through the week in one piece. So I'm going to finish this now. I know that was quick and a bit weird, but next week hopefully I'll have my Tom and Lily floss for November, December, November. I can't remember what month. And it does look pretty. I've seen it, because I get it so late, I see the not even sneak peeks. Melanie posts, you know, she waits a couple of weeks, then she posts. And people start sharing what they got. So it's not a real surprise by the time I get it, but it is still nice to see it in person. So that is on its way. Okay, I'm gonna go, stop riveting on. I'll probably cut like 1.5 minutes out of this, and I will see you all next week. Keep sane during this season. Keep safe, enjoy stitching, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.